we do this for the YouTube people and the Facebook folks. And my hair's a mess. But how's it going, Monica? We're doing this live stream clinical research training. We're doing. You guys got questions? We're gonna train you in a half an hour. Okay. So let me actually put in the banner. Instagram, how's it going? Make sure you like and make sure you put hearts on the screen. And hey, you're looking for a CRC job, you are in the right place because we've got the answers. You've got to go to sites all around your area and start talking to them. Uh, and let me do clinical research training Q&A. So basically, this is what you got to do, okay? You already finished training with Fast Track. Okay, so I would go to them and tell them, hey, let me do the internship. Because we have a program where we guarantee our students an internship and then it's on their resume as real work experience and then they get hired. So if I were you, I would go to sites in your area and start volunteering to intern and start as a patient recruiter, start as anything the site needs, a physician recruiter, a clinician recruiter, anything like that. We've got Monica here on Instagram. You can't see her, but give her some likes. Monica, you can hear her voice. How's it going, Monica?
Hello. It's going great. It's
Uh,
not very.
not sure I can hear you, Monica, but I hear you, but it's lagging. It's lagging. But Monica, trust me, guys, she's here. Okay, she's here, and we're ready to help you guys. We're gonna answer questions that you might have. So Monica, clinical research training, very important. If you guys have questions, we'll feature your question. But this person who just asked about CRC job, this is the way you do it. You go to the sites in your area, and you volunteer if you have to. Bring them patients, bring them doctors, bring them clinicians, bring them studies. Okay, and in our CRC Academy, we train everybody on how to do all these things so that you have value to any site, no matter what they need. Me and Monica teach people how to bring value to the site, not to extract value from the site. This is the problem with most job seekers. They just want to extract value, right, Monica?
That's right.
Monica, oh,
You
there we go,
have
there we go.
first to get first before.
Yeah, Monica, I'm having like issues hearing you properly, but it just goes in and out. There's something with the connection maybe. But Monica says she agrees. Monica actually says great advice, Dan. I agree with you 150%. So this is what I think Monica said, but I'm not sure. We have to guess uh, based on the connection we have right now, right? But you guys put more questions, all right? Give value. You're a job seeker, you need to give a value. Every site needs patients, every site needs studies, every site needs physicians. This is how you get your foot in the door. This is how you make yourself valuable to sites. You know what else sites need? And you're on Instagram right now? They need an Instagram profile. I don't know. Most sites don't have an Instagram profile. That's what most sites need as well. And guess what? You're on Instagram. So just click that plus button next to your name and make another profile for the site that you're going to intern with and bring them a presentation. This is what I'm going to do for you for free. I took this training program and I want to get some experience under my belt so I could be a CRC. Monica, you switched your location. Let's see if we can hear you now.
Yeah, I unsaved my.
I only hear every other word. Every other word I hear. I don't know if it's your headphones or
Mm,
what. Maybe try without the headphones. Maybe it works better. I
okay,
suck.
let
Callie
me.
Rock says I suck at technology. You know what? You don't, because you're on Instagram right now on a live stream commenting on somebody's live stream, and you're also hearting. You're putting a lot of hearts in the stream. So you are very advanced at technology, in my opinion.
And are there many?
Monica, only every other word. Only every other. I don't know what. We're gonna resolve this. Okay. Should
Okay,
you put a hospital or something in the SOP? I'm not sure. Let me hold on, Monica. Maybe I could use your thing as a hotspot. Maybe it's my connection. Let me see. Instagram, keep the questions, keep the hearts going. You are excellent at technology if you know how to be on the live stream. Okay, you're advanced. Dare I say advanced. We've got comments. We've got tons of comments. Let me try to switch my hotspot. I'm gonna disappear for a second. I'll be back, Monica. If that makes it better, then we're golden. Okay.
Okay.
Then we could blame my Wi-Fi. We could blame AT&T Uverse. They suck. You want to talk about suck at technology? They suck. Uh, okay. I need a password. Your education has zero to do with your site. What you need to do is go find a physician. Okay, go find a physician and start getting studies for that physician. Master's degree, if you want to start a site, it does nothing for you. Who's gonna be impressed that you have a master's degree? The sponsors could care less. They're after your doctor. They're going after MDs. They don't care if you have a master's degree or a college dropout. Okay. Somebody said I went from cosmetology to regulatory. Yes, that's how you roll. We don't need master's degrees around here unless you want to be a project manager at some point. Monica, are you back? Is he? It's still Monica. It's on your end. I switched my Wi-Fi. I don't
Yeah,
know what's going on. Only every other
I
word.
think that
I only heard like I think and then some. But maybe sign language. I wish I knew sign language at this point. Uh, learn as you go. Exactly, learn as I go. Exactly, learn as I go. Monica, I know you can't talk, but you could laugh. I just told somebody hell no for a master's degree. So we're always giving good advice. Guys, make sure you put hearts in this thing, okay, on Instagram. Can you hire me? I'll relocate. Um, where are you located? Where are you located? Maybe we'll do a favor for you. Even though you didn't take our program, you should have taken CRC Academy. Okay, but we still consider you family because that's how nice we are. All right, this is what they should be doing for you, but instead we are. Romo Juju, shout out to Romo Juju, murderer. I miss Clinical Trial Guru. You probably can't hear Monica, but she's showing the love right back to you. Roma Juju, throw those hearts on the screen. Uh, if a patient has a bad reaction and it's an emergency. So I just did this module with somebody. If a patient gets hospitalized, that's a SAE, okay? If they just visit the ER but don't get admitted, that's not a SAE, okay? Hi, thanks for your videos. They have been helpful. I was hired as a patient recruiter but I had trouble finding patients and it didn't work out. I do want to stay in the research field, but don't know how. Don't give up is number one. Don't give up. If you can get hired as a patient recruiter, first of all, that is really good. That shows that you are a self starter, self motivated, all that stuff. Uh, Patient recruitment is hard. Okay, that's not a reflection on you. Nobody can recruit patients. Everybody has trouble recruiting patients. Not just you, the entire industry. It's a $1 trillion industry. Has problems recruiting patients. So that's nothing to reflect on you. You keep doing you. Go right back out there to another site. Maybe start an Instagram for them. Maybe start an Instagram for that site. Or manage their Instagram, their Facebook, their TikToks, their LinkedIn. Maybe make a YouTube for them. Okay. If patient recruitment didn't work out. Patient recruitment is tough. It's the toughest. Another option is start as a business development. So get studies for them. Go on clinicaltrials.gov. It's a little bit easier to do that. The lady from yesterday gave good tips. Churches are good spots. Yeah, churches are really good. Monica just left. Hopefully, she's working on her connections. What are the best techniques for patient recruitment? I think like community outreach is best, but it's really tough. It's really tough. Um, I think getting studies is easier, and it's a great way to get your foot in the door. Okay. And where in California are you? The person that wants a job. Uh, I'm now a CRC for 6 months at a hospital, but I want to move to CRA. What do you think? I think you can probably do it. I had a similar question today from somebody who's been a in-house CRA for 6 months and they want to be a CRA. If there's ever been a time to do it, it's now. Like this market, usually you're supposed to wait a year or 2 years, but this is not a normal market. So I think it's worth the shot. I mean, what do you have to lose? If you're a CRC now for 6 months and you start applying as CRA, the worst that could happen is they're not going to hire you. And that's your current situation. So you have really nothing to lose from it other than spending some time. We are looking for front desk coordinator. So Denise, hit her up. They're looking for front desk. Anybody can go answer phones. If you do that for free and you want to have coordinating experience because of it, for 3 months they'll end up hiring you. And if not, you have 3 months experience on your CV. You could go work somewhere else. Doesn't it have to be approved by the IRB for marketing? No, no. If you are recruiting for study specific things, yes. If you are advertising, marketing, branding a clinic, no. You don't need IRB approval to brand your clinic. Should we add the hospital emergency info to the SOP for patient emergency? Yes, but basically a SAE is if they're hospitalized, not if it's just a trip to the ER. See, Gabby's saying DM me. All right, people. I'm in Florida looking for a position in research. Boom, we'll make a connection. Monica, you're back. Can I hear you? Let's see. Testing.
Yeah, now?
Mm,
Uh,
not really, Monica. Not really. But don't worry, we've got the questions. They're still coming. My mouth is big enough for the two of us. Uh, Somebody says this is a good advice. Monica, restart computer or disconnect, reconnect.
I
Always good
did.
advice from the YouTube community. Thank you, CD Mohammed Kalaji. La Mesa. La Mesa. Yeah, but where in California? Where in California? San Diego? Got a lot of people in San Diego. We got people in Miami. Those are research hotspots. You guys all add each other and start direct messaging. Okay. Monica, we'll get you back eventually. By the time we get you back, live stream will be over. But don't worry, fear not. I will answer your questions. Patrina Hawthorne, what role are you trying to move into? So that's Keisha Davis from LinkedIn. Okay. Uh, Another question, another answer. It has to be reported as SAE. Exactly. Community outreach is the best. Exactly. Um,
Agree.
so LA is a very competitive area to start a site. You definitely, definitely don't need a master's degree to start a site. Just start it. Save the money. You're going to need the money to live. You're not going to make money for like a year. Save your money. Imagine not having money to live for a year, because that's what it is when you start a site, and having to pay student loans. Unless Joe Biden forgives it, then I say go ahead and get the student loan. But I think it has to be government loan. Can't just be a private loan. Okay. So, do you use crash carts? Yep. Yeah, you have to have a crash cart. Every site has to have. Monica, are you here? Are you there? Uh, I can hear like very little. This is great though. Like just we can do sign language. Joan, what role are you going to? So people are making connections on LinkedIn. We like this. Just graduating and trying to get an entry level CRC position. Thank you for your videos. Very helpful. So I used to say patient recruitment first because that's the number one thing sites need, but it's also the hardest thing sites need. So I revised it recently in my I did a video, a definitive guide to breaking into the clinical research industry, and I explained, yes, patient recruitment is still an option, community outreach, but the easiest thing to do is getting studies for sites, or at least getting sites study leads. Okay, so clinicaltrials.gov, you go on there, you find out what the sites in your community are interested in, and you find the studies that you can actually reach out on their behalf. Sometimes there's a contact from a sponsor, sometimes you got to go on LinkedIn and find the contact, but any site would give you this opportunity in exchange for some experience. I mean, almost anybody would say yes. I found you, Dan, after finishing their program. I watched your 5 hour course and learned so much more. Ah, thank you, thank you. Yeah, too bad, because we definitely, but we can still help you out. Just message me because, we're nice people. Monica would say yes if she could. She says thumbs up, so that's good. That's a good. We hear you. We hear you on the sign language. Hi, Dan and Monica. Thanks for doing these meetings. What would you recommend getting back into clinical research with 4 years research experience and 4 years employment gap? What can be done while still on a break from work? So, my question to you is why do you need a 4 year employment gap? Were you not an independent contractor at any point in time in that 4 years? I mean, you can just say, hey, I was the consultant. I was. Now, there's a fine line between lying versus, like saying you did something you didn't do, but literally anybody can get a DBA. And this is related to another video I'm going to do of how to get started as a freelancer in research. No matter who you are, anybody who wants to eventually be a freelancer should get a DBA, so a fictitious business name, and just say you're consulting for whatever it is you want to do. Okay, you don't actually need to have business activity yet until you're ready, but now you can add that to your resume and maybe try to do a couple of things. Try to do some community outreach, try to do some business development, try to do some networking on LinkedIn. I mean, Shafak, maybe you can say, you're on Facebook, so maybe you can say that you've been doing business development on Facebook and interacting with people on live streams. I mean, just you don't need to have a gap. And if you have a gap, it's okay to have a gap, like for various reasons. Employers understand this, especially for moms, who had to take time off to take care of their kids. That's understandable. In your case, I don't know what that is, but my question would be, why do you have to have a gap? Anybody these days, there's so many side gigs and side hustles. I don't know why anybody would have a gap anymore on their resume. I mean, you can have like a CRA gap. I wasn't monitoring, but you don't need to be outside of research. The fact that you're watching a live stream and commenting on Facebook, you can be interacting with researchers and maybe set up like a marketing or set up some kind of informal networking group. Now you're a clinical research networker. Okay, so always think ahead. I see a lot of CTA positions. Should I accept to move from CRC to CTA? Because a lot of people told me you have to start CTA to become a CRA. I would say yeah, depends on the company that it's in. I'm in this January class. Awesome. How's it going, Neek? Shouts out. Everybody give her some hearts. She's in the January CRA Academy. She's gonna do excellent, by the way. Excellent. So yes, CD. I think you should if it's the right CRO. CRC work is more complicated while CTA is just administrative and filing regulatory documents. Exactly. CRC is more of a generalist. Thank you for the hearts. Let's keep them going and freak out the algorithms. CRC is more of a generalist. CTA is more of a specialist. But combined with your experience as a CRC, this is why you got to know where you want to go. This is why you got to know where you need to go. Okay, because CTA, I personally would never do this job. But if I wanted to be a CRA and I have CRC experience, it would make sense to work at a CRO where I'm one step closer to being a CRA. Monica, you back? Mm, you know what? I can't hear you. Sorry, but don't fear not, guys. Fear not. Now I
No.
can hear. I hear like a word. I hear a few words. I heard half of a laugh. Your laugh is buffering. It's like 20% laugh, 30%. You're almost got 100% laugh. We're getting close. It's like watching a movie at the house. Um, I'm not sure what this is. Oh, thank you, Mom 111. Exactly. Thank you, guys. With the CRC position, you have hands-on experience of what the CRA does, unlike the CTA. That's right. I completely agree with you. But there is an argument for if someone's been a CRC for 5 years, it might be faster to get to CRA if you work for the company that hires CRAs also. But it's also a risk that you now move from a generalist to a specialist, and now this company that you work for is not going to hire you. So now you got to go somewhere else. And now they actually would prefer that you were a current CRC. So you got to talk, you got to find out if it's the right fit for you. Okay. You're basically discussing the CRA when they come on site. Exactly. Coordinators make the best CRAs. That is absolutely 100% accurate. Monica agrees. Trust me on Instagram. She is agreeing. Sorry I was disconnected. Sounds like Monica. Okay. Food for thought. Great name, by the way. Food for thought. Hey, Dan, love your videos. Thank you, thank you. Ria Alonso. I agree. Dan's 5-hour crash course and his textbook helped me a lot. Guys, you're too nice. Thank you, guys. I recommend my book too to newbies. Laura Lamas, how's it going? Long time listener, first time caller. Something I never thought of. Thanks for sharing. This is what we try to do. We try to give you guys ideas. You're unconventional. No one's gonna tell you this stuff. You're not gonna find this on a ACRP website. Okay, this is like real. Let me tell it to you guys, real, how it is. I have a question. As a CRA, how would you handle a coordinator who was not completing work in a timely manner? I would talk to them. I'm assuming you already did this. I would there's this thing called root cause analysis. So maybe it's not their fault. You know, sometimes you just have lazy people. Like, let's just be honest. There's lazy people. But a lot of the time, especially with coordinators, they're overworked. So it's like the opposite of lazy. Like, they just have so much going on, and their PIs or their managers keep giving them more and more and more and more and more work. And it's not their fault. So you got to get to the root cause of this. Is it workload? Is it they're just lazy? Because that determines your actions. What I would do if I were you, I would not just let it go. You got to find out. You got to get to the cause of this. All right. You need to either talk to the CRC, to the PI, to somebody else at the site, and then escalate it to your line manager, because otherwise it's going to start reflecting poorly on you. All right. Romo Juju agrees. The best. Okay, I'll get the book. Thank you. I mean, I really appreciate it. And I think the audiobook is best. but the regular book too. Basic stat is a must. I think I understand. You need to discuss with PI about shortcomings of the coordinator, and it doesn't change things. Then you escalate it to your manager. Pretty much what I said. Spot on, Mom 111. You sound like someone who knows what you're doing. Do a RCA. What's a RCA? Tell me what's a RCA. Why? Thumbs up. Explain yourself. Food for thought. Uh, it is. Is it easy to move from a research assistant to a CRC after a few years of experience? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Even after a few months of experience in the right site. In the right site, this is a matter of months, not years. In the wrong site, like a university, uh, I don't know which one gonna hide. Uh, you could get stuck. Okay, so academia, I don't like academic institutions unless it's just your only chance to get started. Uh, guys on Instagram, put in your final questions. Put the hearts. Let's get the hearts rolling. Everybody go follow everybody on the comments. Root cause analysis is RCA. Okay, of course, of course, of course. Root cause analysis. That's right. Too many acronyms in this industry, and every organization has their own acronym, so it's even more complicated. Um, Monica says there are also so many free classes online to get better at technology or helping to do digital marketing. In fact, the best platforms have free training, such as Facebook, LinkedIn, Google. Exactly right. Exactly right. So, guys, that's like our little training session, motivational session on how to get in, okay, to the industry. Um, Hopefully, we saved you from getting a student loan. I consider that my good deed of the day. You are right, Dan. Depends on the site. Small sites are great opportunities. Exactly. Marjorie, not only is she a Patreon member, but she is our March Latinos in Clinical Research guest presenter. Should you blacklist a sponsor for wasting your time? Guys, it's very rare that this happens, but I'm having an article coming out soon. It's a cautionary tale of when sponsors don't pay. And not because they're just behind on paying when they can't pay, and because they are undercapitalized and going out of business fast. Articles coming out. LatinosInClinicalResearch.com is where the article is going to be posted. Monica, anything else? It's been a pleasure chatting with you, as always. Uh, I hear a 5% of a laugh, so that's always good. And Monica has like the newest equipment. Like she has the newest computer, the newest phone, the newest headphones, the probably the best Wi-Fi like in the land. But still, somehow, uh, Dan, are you hiring in your CRO? I'm based in Houston. No, we only have 3 studies, and they're all investigator-initiated studies. So it's just me, Chris, Monica Jeslin, and a few interns, or not a few. We got quite a few interns now from the CRA Academy, and some from the CRC Academy too. So you guys, like Monica, does a good job teaching the CRC Academies. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Keep the questions coming. Stay tuned because Friday, I think we're going live again. Even though Friday's a busy day, I'm gonna try to get some live streaming going on Friday. So let me end the Instagram. Everybody, uh, they hear you laughing, Monica. Thank you guys on Instagram. I gotta go look. We're gonna go open a new site, Monica. I actually gotta go to Buena Park to go meet with the contractor to look at the layout, and we need rooms here, we need rooms there. See, site. You don't need master's degree. Okay, I have a master's degree, but I didn't. I'm not opening sites because I have one. Matter of fact, I regret getting it. Uh, don't forget to check your messages. I will not. I will not. Morning on the other side of the globe. Thank you, Mom111. I appreciate it. Let's be back, okay? We'll be back. Thank you, Monica, very much. Thank you, Instagram. Thank you, Monica. Thank you, everybody who's been commenting. Monica, it was a pleasure speaking with you. We've never had such a good conversation before. And I'll catch you all later. Bye bye.